If you follow our channel, then you probably will know that we are no fans of medical inductions. However, sometimes there are just very good medical reasons why baby is better off in the outside world. And so many women have asked us, how should I best prepare for an induction?
Yes. So in this video, we are going to discuss how you can prepare for a medical induction to make it more likely that the induction is going to be a success. And then we also talk about other ways to prepare, such as what to wear, what to bring to the hospital, and other things.
Yes, this is Nathalie, a pregnancy and birth consultant and TCM therapist.
And that's Mathias, the researcher and science geek, and we help expecting mummies and their babies naturally and science-based.
It's great to have you here. Let's get started. Okay, so in order for you to understand how to best prepare for a medical induction, it's important to understand a couple of things about inductions, right? First of all, many women believe that they just go to the hospital, they receive some drug, and then they go into labor straight away. Unfortunately though, very often this is not how inductions work.
Yes, inductions can work quite fast, that's right. However, they can also take several days. And we don't want to scare you, but in very rare cases, it can also be that an induction does not work at all, which normally means that they would go for a C-section.
Yeah.
And there are basically three things which determine if it's going to work at all and how long it's going to take.
Yes, the first factor is the method they use. In fact, there are many different ways to induce labor. For example, they might administer Pitocin, which is basically the synthetic form of that labor hormone oxytocin to get labor started, right? Or they might give you prostaglandins or break your water, or they might try a combination of several tools, right?
Yes, but the thing is, what exactly they're going to try very much depends on the second factor that determines if your induction is going to be a success and also how long the induction is going to take. And that factor is basically how ready your body and in particular your cervix is for labor.
Exactly. So as you probably know by now, at the end of your pregnancy, your cervix undergoes some changes. Most importantly, your cervix needs to get soft before it can start to thin out and dilate, right? And so obviously, if your cervix is not even soft at the time of the induction, it's going to be more difficult to induce labor because obviously they have to do something about that first, right?
Yes. Conversely, if your cervix is not only soft but has already started to dilate a bit, then inducing labor is normally much less of a problem. As a result, the best way to prepare yourself for an induction is to prepare your cervix for labor. Because that will not only increase your chances of a successful induction, under normal circumstances, it will also shorten the duration of the induction. And if you want to know how to prepare your cervix for labor, please bear with us till the end of this video.
Yes, and then when we talk about preparing for a medical induction, there is also another factor that determines if it is going to be a success and how long it's going to take. And that is your baby's position, because that too will have an impact on your cervix. And that's because the pressure of your baby's head on your cervix will support those cervical changes at the end of your pregnancy, as well as your dilation during labor, right?
Yes, it's very simple. If your baby's head is low in your pelvis and is well applied onto your cervix, then inducing labor will normally be much easier to accomplish. As a result, another way to prepare for an induction is to help baby into the best position for labor. And we are going to show you how in just a minute.
Yes, and just a side note, there is even a way to calculate how likely your induction is going to be a success. All you need to do is calculate your Bishop score. Now, we are not going to go into details because we do this in other videos, but just very brief, you basically get a score for each one of 5 factors: the softness, the effacement, the dilation, the position of the cervix, and also your baby's position. And the sum of those scores is the Bishop score.
Yes, and the higher it is, the more likely your induction is going to be a success. And if you want to know how this works, please bear with us till the end of this video.
Exactly. So this is how to prepare for an induction during the last couple of weeks and days leading up to your delivery. Right now, a question that we often receive is, what should I do the night and day before an induction? So for example, are there any particular exercises that I should do or food that I should eat? And the answer is no, there is nothing in particular you need to do, except from one thing: try to find some rest.
Yes. The problem is that if it does take longer than 1 day to induce labor, then you're normally not gonna get much sleep at the hospital, right? So if you're very nervous the day before the induction, try meditation techniques, ask your partner to give you a massage treatment, try alternative medicine treatments to calm you down, whatever works for you to find some rest, okay?
Yes. Another question was, is there anything in particular that I need to bring to an induction? Well, one word, entertainment. Inducing labor can be super boring as you wait for labor to start. Again, it can work straight away, but if it does not, then you will want to be entertained. So bring entertainment, and most importantly, bring your cell phone charger.
Yes, and then another question was, what should I wear on the day of the induction?
Well, normally you don't need to wear anything in particular because normally they're gonna give you a hospital gown, right? Of course, you can also bring your own nightgown or a large t-shirt as long as it's comfortable, but we very much recommend that you wear the hospital gown because a delivery can get quite messy, right? But normally wearing a hospital gown is hospital policy anyways, right?
Exactly. Now again, what you do during the days and weeks before they try to induce you is more important than anything else. Therefore, you are going to find a whole list of YouTube videos in the description below this video, which will help you prepare for an induction. In particular, we show you how to prepare your cervix for an induction in the video that pops up now.
Yes, and then we also show you how to bring baby into the best position for labor in the video that pops up now. And finally, if you want to calculate how likely it is that your own induction is going to be a success, watch the video that pops up now.
Right.
In that video, we actually talk about how likely it is that you go into labor spontaneously. However, the number that you're going to calculate also applies to labor induction.
Right. If you have found this video helpful, we would be super grateful if you could leave us a like below this video.
Yes, and for more useful tips and tools on pregnancy and baby related topics, make sure to subscribe to our channel and to hit the bell.